Mic test. Testing the mic. Mic test. Testing the mic. Hello, Mr. Mic Test, and welcome to your new home. Mic test. Testing the mic. All right, I'm almost there, y'all. I'm almost there. No. All right. I need to get the power cable. Be 1 second longer. All right, we're going to test this out. All right, is this working? Funny, it takes the camera a second to start up. Seems like it's working all right. Let's set this to all messages. All right, here we go. Swap our headsets. It is hot in a mug in here. It is damn hot in my apartment tonight. Need to real quick. It is. Twist it around itself 20, 30 times. Alrighty. Howdy and welcome to the Good Fried Minis Paintstream. Welcome back to the Bullshit Corner. I am your host Cameron, presenting on behalf of Country Fried Minis. Tonight we're going to get back to work doing a little more work on this here charger lad. Man, this is glitchy. Very glitchy tonight. Wonder why it's so glitchy. I think the extension cable I use for my USB is just really low quality. Let's give this a pluggerino, you know, something like that. Okay. Got my camera, and we can get a rolling. I think we're here. I might be here. All right, so we're gonna start out with hydrating our wet palette. As always, I'm jumping in completely unprepared. That's fine. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Let's come out and zoom a little bit so we can see what's going on. Also, this camera wigging is it's bugging me a bit. So let's take off the desk cam for a moment. Should have went away. I gotta wait on the latency to confirm. Yeah, there we go. I think the cable that I bought is just really low quality. Anyhow, stuff has been slow in the Country Fried Minis corner. I've not put any content out due to a combination of personal concerns and well, technical difficulties. And I think judging by conceived by a lunatic, it was me. Yeah. I'm also, I realized that tonight is some kind of like event, so people are like gonna be doing that. Is it like an eclipse or something? Something like that. I got no idea. I pay no attention to that kind of thing. Slow interwebs. Yeah, slow interwebs. I feel like it's not just your internet. I feel like it is also YouTube. It's just like it's really degraded in quality lately. I know I say that every time, but I notice it pretty often trying to watch live events. Having to like dial it back to 480p to get it to actually perform. Also, hello Sod9, hello another Nate, welcome to the stream. Hopefully I'll get some decent content out for y'all tonight. Get a little work on this here Charger Lad. Maybe try to remember where we were at. I'm gonna pull up my full screen projector preview so I can see what I'm doing on the little screen right there in the corner. Let's see what we can't get done tonight. So, if I'm recalling correctly, last time we were just building up these colors again, checking out our black to brown. So this is black with the brown ink wash. And if I recall correctly, one of the last things we did was put a little bit of metallic on this boy. So I think what we can do to get started tonight is to, well, first we want to make sure there's nowhere we could put more metallic. And I think I see some immediately that I want to get some on. Let me get a paintbrush, I can point it out. Get it nice and moist. Already happened. Okay. So I'm thinking we got these like little drum things right here. We can make those metallic. I think that'll look good. And then we have these connection points in the joints. I think they'll look good in metallic. And yeah, I think that'll do. And then once we put that on, we can start working on one of the second colors. We'll go in and put some yellow down maybe, and then we can hit it with the ink wash and see where it goes, see where it takes us. We're gonna take a nice laid-back approach to this evening's activities. Yeah. Let's confirm. I'm in the wrong damn program, y'all. Let's see what our last clip was on the recording. It looks like I recorded painting metallics, so I can actually skip filming it for now, and we can just get to work naturally on it instead of worrying about filming it. It's always a little easier to just worry about the painting instead of like working around the camera. I think we're also going to put some metal on these like the balls for the arms there. So let's get on that. Hope everybody's doing well out there tonight. Things are going fantastically. Let's try zooming all the way in. We'll keep it at the 90-degree field of view as well. That way y'all can see the details I'm putting down on this feller tonight. As always, Clank says, I apparently melted my charger print. His legs snapped off with some brushing. Oh no. I'm trying to strip paint. That sucks. What solvent were you using? Metal on the balls. We put metal on the balls that go in the ball and socket joint. You heard correctly. What else would you call that? All right, we did a couple drops here. So just as an update to channel regulars, tonight I had intended to do some more editing, but I'm still struggling with some hard drive issues that are proving to be quite difficult to navigate. They're just going to be time consuming. I should correct that. I've got all my like filming assets, all the like regular use assets for video editing on my. I've got an NVMe M2 drive that plugs directly into the motherboard, and I don't know what's wrong with it. Evidently, other people have had similar issues with this brand, so it could just be defective equipment, and it's been, it's been usable for a while. It's been slow, but now it's like the read-write speed is down to 1 megabit per second, or megabyte per second. So it's basically unusable, and every time I try to do any editing, I have assets that get called from that, and then the whole computer locks up. So I am slowly transferring that to a new SSD, but it's taking time. It's taking roughly 30 minutes per gigabyte to transfer the data, and it's full. It's basically 1.9 terabytes worth of stuff that's got to get moved over. But fingers crossed it stays going. I don't know. Honestly, I don't know what I'd do for a lot of those assets if I lose them. So it's been a major setback, and that has led to even more no production coming out of the corner here on Country Fried Minis. Technical difficulties. Yeah, exactly. Simple green soak apparently turned the gray resin diarrhea green. Ooh, I've had very good luck with LA's Totally Awesome for stripping minis, both plastic and metal. Though, admittedly, I don't think I've ever stripped a 3D print yet. So I can't speak to whether or not it would affect that. But generally, for paint stripping, I do recommend LA's Totally Awesome. It's really good stuff. You can get it at the Dollar Tree. I actually ordered my last one from Amazon, a whole gallon of the stuff. So I probably won't run out for a long while. IPA also works well for prints. Yeah, but does it actually remove paint all that well? I've never tried it. I'd be dubious of its efficacy. I don't know. I can't speak to that. Anyhow, I guess what I'm getting at is I feel really guilty for the lack of content coming out, and in the next few weeks I'm going to strive to remedy that. We got some fun stuff coming out. I got a community-wide project that has been kicked back a little bit, but is getting worked on, and then we've got Titania coming up in like a month and a few weeks. So I'm hoping to get back on the editing real soon. Ideally, we'll be back in action for a editing stream this Friday. Finished doing the voiceovers for the Urban Mech Lance video. Oh yeah, high proof works the balls, but it'll ruin plastics. Oh, interesting. I used to use I want to say it was Simple Green when I was younger. Circa 2002, 2003-ish. I remember it working pretty well. I had like a bucket of the stuff. And I had this little, I don't know what it is, like a tea tin or a cookie tin or something that I punched a bunch of holes in the bottom. And I would toss my models in there and then have this convenient little strainer to lift them up out of the fluids. It worked decently, but nothing has worked as well for me as LA's Totally Awesome. It has not failed to produce great results on everything I've used it on so far. I have heard that it can craze metals a little bit if you leave it far too long. But I haven't dealt with any of that. I usually pull the stuff out as soon as possible. Materials, mediums, and solvents matter. Yeah, exactly. Not a huge issue either way. It's like 30 cents of resin to print. Just odd. Oh, interesting. Yeah, I think that's a good point. I've had some friends who've asked me to print things for them, and they're like, "How much do I owe you?" And it's like, nothing. It cost me literally nothing. Okay, so I think if we're going with this trend, we're just gonna put the metallics on all these like rounded cylinder parts where the joints connect. I don't know what you'd call this individual piece of machinery in the joints, but I think metallic joints will look really good, especially with these on these black sections. We got a nice little bit of contrast there. I see that I have a little bit of a support here sticking off of that, and I'm going to go ahead and remove that. If I can find the right tool for the job. We'll use this here Hobby art shift. That looks good to me. Pop this thing off here. I don't think I completely freed it. It's good enough. It's low enough that no one will see it. Delamination is one of my favorites. Oh yeah. I would suspect you had a delamination that went undetected, where the layers didn't really fuse. I dealt with a lot of delamination myself with the I have a pair of Anycubic photons. Well, a photon and a photon S, and they both just they fail and fail and fail. Deal with a lot of delamination there. It's just like not curing the layers properly. I think the elements have burnt out on them, and they're like a older generation, so they're not as good. And honestly, I don't think they're worth the effort to fix up. All right, we got something weird going on right here. I think we're actually going to get out a power tool to deal with this. Where's my bits? Here. Put a little grinder bit on this. Your art shift looks like an 1813 autopsy tool. Yeah, it does. Can't remember what I was cutting with it. I was pushing it through some kind of plastic, if I recall correctly. I'm going to use this little grinder tip and reshape some stuff right here. I'm going to bust out the old Dremel 7300 and make sure to do this without any respirator on. Got some really some roughness right here on the bottom of this thingamabob. So I think we're going to put this on low and see if we can't smooth that out, since we're going to paint it metallic anyways. And it's also in a spot that's not going to be handled during gameplay. I think this is just the way. Rather than trying to get it nice and perfect with the hobby blade. I need new blades for my hobby blades. Yeah. It's turning green. Either porosity in the print itself or chemical reaction between the paint you removed and the resin. I have no insight there, unfortunately. Let's take a nice clean big brush and we're going to remove the little particles that have settled all over the surface of this lad. I also see this looks a little off. I think we're going to also file it down a little bit here. Make sure to hit your finger against the spinning into the drill a few times. You know, it's the way. We'll try to recover the shape here. It looks like the support that broke off here not only did some surface marring, but it was bigger than the little bolt that it was up against. I just hit my finger on the tip of that there. I'm really good with power tools, you know. Really, really, really skilled with them. Alright, let's see how that looks now. I think it's a little better. But you know, while I'm here, I see 1, 2, 3 more support points that I think could stand to be. Dremel, my love, glitter, you YouTube provocateur. I do love this little tool. I'm pretty sure it came from a yard sale. My mom picked it up for me last time I was in Tennessee for a visit. And this one's been good. I'm a little underwhelmed with the how much battery power it has. It definitely runs out really quick. But you know, as long as you charge it up every now and then, it does the job. Let me try to get this in shot too. I don't think I've ever tried to this degree with model microsurgeries, but it just seemed like the right application. Wedging by wedging in between. Simple green is just sassafras oil. That's why it smells like root beer. It doesn't have the power to dissolve anything. It just loosens particles by wedging in between. Sassafras. It's a fun word to say, you know, sassafras. Especially if you get real sibilant with it. Very good stuff. The song has some parts that go buttum buttum. Buttum buttum. Buttum buttum. Who is this? Oh, the City? Yeah. I know this track. Alright, let's resume putting on a little bit of metallics. And we're going to put it on these joints. I don't know what you'd refer to. Again, the part that's in the joint there. I don't know what it's called. Is it just the joint itself? It is a round thing that's going metal. We're just going to paint it metallic. Then we'll hit these afterwards with a little bit of Nuln Oil to give them some depth and some shading. I think we're going to also make these things on the back that look like vents. Do those in metallic as well. I think that'll look fine and dandy. Provide some contrast to that solid color that's otherwise covering the area. Yeah, but I prefer the Wea parts, yeah. Yes, indeed. I applied the paint too heavily and it has cooled off underneath. Just try to say up and off at the same time, y'all. Alright, so get our little metallics on there. We want our metallics to dry out now before we can put any ink wash on them. So I think what we'll do first, next bit of order of operations here. And I just clean my brush in my clean water. I think it'll be okay. There's enough in there that I don't think it'll make a difference. All right. So what I want to do now is to once again clean off our lad, get rid of all the dusty bits from the old Dremel. We're going to do a little cleanup on the black, and then by then surely the metallics will be dry, and we can hit those with an ink wash, and then we'll come in and start covering the orange again, do another coat on that. And I know it's more of the same, but this thing should start to transform. We could also buy a little time by working on the base, so that'll be fun. I bet the simple green stains poor surfaces out. I also think it only barely works to begin with. Yeah, I can't recommend it. I'm not a fan. I don't think it works very well, honestly. I would much rather... LA's totally awesome. It works very strong. I picked up the tip from... I want to say it was... what's his name from eBay Miniature Rescues? Casey? Alright. Anyhow, let's bust out a little bit of model color 70.950 black. And let's get it good and shook up. It does only barely work, and it is known to stain porous surfaces. Interesting. Alright, I don't need to film this either because we're just doing a little bit of cleanup on the model here. Drop. Put a drop of water. Thin out our black. Already got this brush out, so we'll use it to thin the stuff. What's this, 2-to-1 ratio-ish? Always remember, thin your paints, y'all. 2 thin coats, not 1 thick one. Alright. Does degreasing of oil engine parts well, however... I mean, it's a degreaser, right? That makes sense. It definitely should do what it is advertised to do. Alright, so big problematic spots I saw a little bit on the fingies here. So we want to clean those up. And a little spillover right next to this thing. So we're going to try to clean up the flat panel that's actually just there because of the sculpt. That wouldn't actually exist like that. Let's check here for any spots that needed it. I think we're doing okay there. Do we have any spillover over here? No. I see a spot on the top of the hand here. Let's clean that up. Try to get our brush real close to the silver, but not on it. Not wet enough. Let's get a little more moist. Just like cutting in, only on a tiny, tiny scale. There we go. Alright, who's messaging me? Can't be that important because it's an email. I'd really like to get some metallic in here, and I think what I'm going to do while I have this black out is we're going to take our brush here, and we're just going to try to thread the needle as much as possible. We're invariably going to get some spillover, but because I have the black out, we'll be able to correct that. So I'm not saying that we're gonna, you know, not be careful, but I want that metallic detail to show through here. So what we're just gonna put it on there and do the corrections later. And I've also discovered a little bit of support. Heckin' yes. Let's clean that up too. So ideally what's going on today is I'm hoping within the 3-hour window of streaming, we can get this model basically done to towards the end, so that the Wednesday show this week we can just do the beautification, the lens jeweling, the base detailing, all that kind of good stuff. That'll be nice and fun. Yay sports. Doesn't etch metals like LA's will. Some green also needs to be diluted 4:1 with water to achieve its full potential. Neat is the least effective way to do it. Interesting. You know, it's funny. I've heard the etching. I've heard about the LA's Totally Awesome etching metal, but I haven't encountered it myself. I'm wondering if it's a factor of how long you leave it in there, combined with like what metal types. Because I use it all the time to strip Infinity models, and I only ever leave it in there like overnight. Now I do remember years ago, and I can't recall if it was simple green or there was a purple cleaner as well, but I had left some old Warhammer models in it for like a week, and they came out very pitted, and that was very interesting to see. Alright, I think we're gonna also push the metallics a little closer to the pelvis. It's like, just get those nice details. I mean, we're gonna hit this with a wash later, so we're gonna lose a lot of the effort here, but I want it to be there. It looks a little better, I think, to have that metal peeking out underneath the two colors. Okay. And then we're going to run it same over here, right up to the pelvis. I'm more concerned about getting it on the yellow than I am on the black. So that's fine. And then we have another spot right down in here. I know this is just some stream of consciousness stuff, but sometimes when you're working on these projects, it really helps to kind of just think it through, even if you're just having like the internal monologue to yourself about it. Yeah, all right. Those are gonna look great. Let's do one more spot. I see another like cylindrical bit that would look good in metal, so we're gonna do it on the feet here. And we're gonna go back to correcting here in just a moment. It's most aggressive on aluminum. Interesting. I wonder if white metal alloys contain a certain amount of aluminum. All right. So I'm satisfied with the metal there. I think that looks good. We need to do this joint, the elbow joint here. Yep. Try to keep it in the frame. Sorry, y'all. And, yeah. This brush is not tiny enough. Swap to another. Ah, my favorite abject failure in mech design. Oh, I love it. He's such a silly boy. I'm particularly fond of the designs that exist for silly reasons. Or like the ones that are purely because of military industrial complex grift. Good stuff. I don't know if the Charger is grift or just like a massive failure, but it's in that same ballpark. I always contend that it is a usable design. The BV system makes it work. You just need to support it with the right units. You need to convince your opponent to ignore it until it's close enough to start throwing haymakers. Alright, so we got the metal on there. I mean, I think that looks a ton better. Just that little bit of metal right there and on the other joints. That is going to be fantastic. Alright, so we can let that dry. We're going to go back to doing little black corrections here and there before we spilled it over. So the most egregious spots are going to be like right up here. And of course we're coming in later with some edge highlighting. So even though the color doesn't match the same look as we achieved with the brown wash over top of the black, it'll be fine. It'll be perfectly hunky-dory. Just get the little bit of black on there and correct those edges. Where else do we spill over? I think we're going to clean up this line along the pelvis as well. Ratchet. Just get a nice clean line next to it. Being attacked by gnats. I have gnats in my house today. It's great. Very fun. Alright. See a little bit more metallic right here. And we're just about done doing the cleanup. Okay. So, we should be able to go ahead and put down some Nuln Oil wash. I think like these areas up here are going to be dry enough. We can start on the lasers. And that should buy us enough time to spread it all over. Inject the Neuralax and let the BS flow. You're in the corner after. Yeah, exactly. Nothing but bullshit spewing forth from my mouth. Although I present it as I know what I'm talking about. TSM variant is downright cruel in the right hands. Yeah, I could see that. I could absolutely see that because it's doing what, 150% damage when it's running hot. They let you turn off heat sinks for a reason. Sorry, I need sustenance. We're working on some Crystal Geyser, sparkling spring water tonight. A little bit of ruby grapefruit flavor. This stuff is good. I hate that it's so many plastic bottles, but the store downstairs sells them really cheap, and it's like very mildly flavored. Big recommend. What? Chewing gum boasts mental proficiency and is considered a better test aid than caffeine, but nobody knows why. Gnats in your house, you fucking champion, get him in frame. Oh. Yeah, not happening. If I see that little gnat, I'm gonna smash him dead. I'm also working on my guilty pleasure tonight. Got some Snyder's of Hanover family-sized mini pretzels. I'll be snacking on this for days. Good stuff. They charge too much for it. Chat, let's see. Yeah, little bodega downstairs charges way too much. Check it out. Sticks $49 USD for a bag of pretzels. It's highway robbery, I tell you. Sorry, I'm losing energy. I need a little bit of instant carbohydrates. Okay, so we need Nuln oil. We need Nuln oil. A little bit of Nuln oil. There we go. We need to film the Nuln oil. This is for a video after all. Alright, so I'm going to unlock my tripod. Get it here in frame. Bust out the cell phone. I know I say it all the time, but if any of y'all out there are interested in filming your own miniature painting content, you just need a computer that can do some kind of video editing, whatever, you know, style you want to use. Get you just your regular cell phone will do, as long as it can record. You're gonna want 4K. I mean, you can do 1080. Sure, it'll work. But if you're recording 4K, you can zoom in on the footage, and that's really awesome. But just get you like a nice desk lamp, clear you out a spot. Like if you catch a CFM video, you know that like basically the outline of this painting space is all that you're seeing on the camera, and oftentimes you're just seeing the model. So you really don't need much. And I definitely, I recommend it. It's a lot of fun. Okay, so I'm gonna hit record. We're gonna show our NULN oil to the camera. Show it to the camera. Give it a shake. We're gonna take our, I think we're gonna do the toothpick trick here, because I don't need too much of it. We'll pour a little bit out on the palette. Just a little bit. Just a couple little dribbles. That is way too much. Okay. It's very flowy. I couldn't help it. I lost control. Alright. Snagger model. Get it in frame there. Get it in frame here. I think we can keep using this Vallejo 1 brush. You're fine. Quit pressure me. It's warm enough to paint in the garage again. I'm running out of excuses. Ooh. Yeah. That'll be good. Love to see what you come up with. I definitely am down to give tips and tricks for editing and share where I get my assets. Furthermore, if any of y'all need titles, like really simple text studio titles, hit me up on the Discord. I'd be happy to download them for you. You can utilize my premium account. I'll send you your text effects. It's TETRIZ.stl. Not a sponsor. I find them worth it because I use them all the time. It's like a text, like stylized text generator. I'm pretty sure you can download them for free, but they're going to be like low resolution. It's decent stuff. Alright, anyhow, about the painting at hand, we're just taking a little bit of our NULN oil, full strength. We're applying it directly to the metal parts. I know I am an advocate for utilizing the pooling to your advantage, but in this case, we're not. In fact, the only pooling I want to get out of it is maybe having it build up in the laser sockets themselves. That way they'll be nice and dark for when we apply color to them. But just, a little bit of liquid talent. It's going to give that nice greasy, grimy color, a little bit of shading to the crevices, give a little rich depth to that metal. I think I mentioned before, I was very against using metallics for a long while as an Infinity player. I kind of got suckered into that aesthetic where it's all non-metallic metal and like ceramic colors and whatnot. And then somebody brought in some combined army to the local game night at Gamescape in San Francisco. That's 333 Divisadero Street. Come check it out sometime. And they had metallic paints on their combined army. And it was just metallic paints and null oil, and it was great. Come to the CFOF for all of the excuses. Oh, that reminds me. Can I do this right here as this account? Bam, bam, I gotta track that request there. $69 requests, and I'll do some kind of a sexy photo shoot. I don't know where I'll post it though. You may have to come to the CFOF or the Discord. Come check out the Discord. Link to the description down below. Love to see what you're working on. And if you're a member of the Discord and you post during the workflow live streams, we put your models and your work up on the big screen. Actually, I'm thinking of maybe taking a page out of Peganeco's book and could do like a community show-off, like a show and tell bit at the end of a stream. I've got a setup here where I can send this computer's output to that computer, and then like at the end of the night swap over to that machine where I could easily do a screen capture and put that stuff up there. If you're catching this via the algorithm, let me know in the comments down below if that sounds fun. Alright, let's continue here. We're going to pack a little bit of our NULN oil into these crevices here. Add a little depth to that super bright silver. Give it a nice gungy, greasy look. Sinks into the crevices and accentuates some details. There's a reason they call this stuff liquid talent. And I am no shill for Games Workshop, but I do highly recommend Nuln Oil in your collection. I like the old formulation better, but it's still just as good for the most part. The color's a little different now. I feel like they changed some formulations on their inks when they changed it to it's called a shade now. But it works great. You get a lot of work done with just a little bit of metallic and some Nuln Oil over top of it. Works really well. Did I already put some there? Kind of looks like I did. Can't really tell, so I'm going to go for it. This one, I think I also put some there already, but if I'm getting a double coat on each, we'll do it here again anyways. Who's this? Low5's Lisboa. Screen capture sounds fun. Oh, yes. How would you capture your screens? With a Zoom recorder? Scream into it. I think the funnest thing you could do with screams is just like make them really low and put them in the background of something else. So like it's not exactly apparent. Oh yeah, I love this track. It's a good one. I probably say that every time. But damn, some of these tracks are so good. Some really good artists over on Epidemic Sound. I hope they're well compensated. For providing the fun work they do. Alright, so I think we've got metallics everywhere. Except for right there. And right there. And we can think about moving on to the next color, which I think might be just trying to build back up the orange and the yellow. We still need to develop these colors, and because they're so like such, I don't know how you describe it, the pigmentation of these colors is really bad, even with like high-end paints. I like when the porn guitar goes all bendy. Yeah, exactly. Very nice. Very nice. Everybody likes a little bendiness in their porn every now and then. I mean their guitar. Okay. Let's see. I think what I'm going to do is try to take a page out of Brent's book. I remember him talking about like setting up a shot where you just you think about what you're doing and you record what you're doing and then you turn off the camera and then continue painting. So what I want to sell here is putting another layer on the color development. So let's do a shot of, I think that's maybe the most photogenic area. Maybe even on the top of the chest. Yeah, we'll do that. So we hit record. We grab our Naranja Intenso. We show it to the camera. We pull out Onilab. We shake it up. Can you see who is who's subscribed to you outside engagement, not a member, just subscriptions? I think I can if they are publicly listed. There's a setting in YouTube that lets you do it. Henlo, nice robot. Well, thanks, brother. This is we're working again on the charger for my upcoming video after the current one I'm working on. This lad is a custom variant for the Solaris 7 game world. Yeah, real fun lad, but the colors I've chosen are a nightmare. Holy shit, just read through the chat. A little NSFW. Yeah, we keep it 6% spicy here on Country Fried Minis. How do I do this? If I hit this and I go exclamation point wet. I got to do this all as one word. So Country Fried Minis. How dirty is it tonight? Ah, Monsters Inc. That was it. Have we heard this track before? This might be a new one. This is Low Five's Do-Over. I don't know if we've heard this before. Ah, I'm only 55% moist. Let's see. We could fix that. We could fix that with a few drops of water. No, okay, I recognize this. I actually do need that water right here. I wonder if we're gonna need some fluid retarder here, actually. Let's do it. Where's my fluid retarder? It's right in front of me. Alright, a little bit of fluid retarder. That way we can work with this orange a little longer. Because, well, I find that it dries out quicker than I'd like. Take our 6 round and stir it on up. And this brush has black in it, so I just ruined that color. Excellent! I should have cleaned out my rinse cup. So let's start that over. Start all that over right there. I'll lift this orange up because it is tainted with the tiniest bit of black. She could have stayed. Millennial Model Mayhem is 98% countrified. Good lord. Country fried. How would you do that? Country fried gunpla? Millennial fried minis? The question I actually have is, how would your glorious beard fare with being chicken fried, country fried, crusty and battered and deep fried to golden brown? I imagine you just like perfectly breaded and then the full beard and hair just completely intact. Alright, oh yeah, I gotta put more color out. Okay, so once again, we're gonna do about 3 to 4 drops of the orange. We're gonna put 1 drop of water in it. We're gonna put 1 drop of fluid retarder in it. And then we're gonna use, I guess, the back of the paintbrush, since this is tainted with some black from somewhere. I think it's my rinse cup. Hush Puppy is more likely, yes. Enormous Hush Puppy. Like a bloomin' onion, but beard. But it doesn't taste good, I guess? Well, I mean, depends on what people are into. Said the other beardo in the chat. Yes, I definitely have the beard envy. I can't grow a beard, unfortunately. My hormones got all screwed up as a teenager. Alright, so now this shot, I'm going to make a mental note to paint for like 5 or 6 contiguous seconds here. I'm all the time in the editing like, why did I stop painting so quickly? Alright, we'll do this one shot right here. That's a good one. And then we'll paint the other panel, or maybe the head here. Yeah, let's paint the head. We just want to show that we're building up that orange color. I want to show that we're building up the orange color, but also that we're spreading it real thin and translucent over the dark parts so that it retains a little bit of that depth to it. Alright, perfect. That's a good shot. I mean, there's a lot of like prep because I screwed up that first batch, but it's fine. Solid stash. Yes. I need to give it a little treatment. I haven't been teasing it up on the corners. I have mustache wax, but I don't use it enough. Alright, so we're just going to go around this model once more and take our real thin, bright orange and try to build up that opacity. In hindsight, I think there's better methods to achieve this. I think it'll be a good talking point on the video itself as well. This is definitely time consuming to build up the layers like this. It does have its advantages in that you can control the placement of the opacity. So much like sketching with a pencil, you can do some really fine light work with it. Choose where to keep it really translucent, choose where to keep it solid. Effectively getting, like, you know, 2 or 3 layers worth of work out of a single color. But I fear that it would have been faster to maybe hit this with a different color first. Put some white on it. Be a little less heavy-handed with the application of the wash, perhaps. Could have done an oil wash instead. Do some really fine pen washing instead of trying to build back up the base tone. This is usually my approach I take with my candy core, which are magenta and teal. Those colors have much better coverage. When recording painted footage, you either get more than you need or not enough. Just how, or yeah, exactly. I mean, that's usually why I just let the camera roll, and well, that's why I have so many hard drives worth of footage. It's almost criminal to think that, like, I have 10-minute clips that get cut down to like 25 seconds. And I know there's folks out there who'd be interested in seeing the long form content, but that's just what the streams are. We get the work done, and then you get these bonus content every now and then that's just full-length Country Fried Productions. I'm sitting here wondering, is this little bit sticking on the back something that should be metallic? I don't think so. Yeah, because on this side it's like you got the armor plate, and then you got the arm, and then you got the connector, and that goes into the metallic. Just, it's weird here that this bit is sticking out on this sculpt. But, you know, it's coming along. It's coming along. I know this isn't a super riveting model, but there's some honesty here in showing the amount of work that goes into building up layers of these colors that got poor coverage. Let's clean up our mistakes as we go. And I mean, we're gonna go back in with the highlight color as well. Got ketchup in my eye. Develop hindsight. Yeah, exactly. All right. I mean, it's starting to look like this bright orange with a little bit of depth to it. We can't just put this color on real heavy and have it be super flat, because it's not gonna look exciting. And honestly, I think some of the shortcomings of this color will be balanced out once we have the highlights added. So we'll get there. We will get there. And it'll make a nice, fabulous little submission for the Charger Derby. Might even do a what do you call it? A comm test. Some kind of giveaway. When the video's done, that is. If that's something that you're interested in and you're catching this by the algorithm, let me know in the comments down below. If you'd like to get your hands on something painted by yours truly. Who's it that like gives away the artwork, hides it places? Was that Bobby Fingers? Does like the sculptures and then buries them? That seems fun to me, and like I got all these models just taking up more and more and more room on my shelf, just collecting dust. I don't know what to do with them. See, I got the Urban Mech sitting over there, Hunchback's up there, Dragon Lady, Runa, Octavia, Moriarty, they're all right there. Rivets are a superior fastener for aluminum, but really, how much a mech would be aluminum? Oh, none. Bobby Fingers is amazing. Yeah, he buries the projects, coordinates hidden throughout the... Yeah. Oh, that's masterful work. That's above and beyond hobby work. That's video art. Big recommend if y'all don't know about Bobby Fingers' work. Very, very good channel. I dare say masterful. There are some really gifted content creation platforms out there. I started to say content creators, but Bobby Fingers' work strikes me as the like a production, like an ensemble. I know that one man is the face and the voice, but seems like a collective effort. Alright. Building up a little bit of opacity. Our orange is starting to look really good. I knew that adding the retarder was the right call too, because it's already starting to dry out a little on the palette. I screwed up and put the color on top of previous paints that's dried out, so it's not actually leaching the moisture into it. I'm only realizing it now in hindsight. Alright, let's see if we can't get some tight little highlights right here. Got that in frame for y'all? Right. Ratchet. I'm not happy with that juncture right there. Let's clean it up. There we go. There we go. Excellent. Okay. This looks a little weak right here, so we're going to put a little more kind of on the upper facing portions. Get a little bit of gradient out of the color. This is starting to look really good. The back here looks maybe a little weak. So let's try to amplify the brightness of the color up towards the upmost facing edges. There we go. Just want to think about kind of where the light's coming down. So on this back end, it's coming straight in this way. So instead of bringing the highlight from this end down, we're going to go from this way. Concentrate it more on these edges. Whereas somewhere like here, we're going to concentrate it on that end. That's looking pretty good, except for right here. So let's amplify that color a little bit. the back of the head, I see a spot that's kind of weak. Right here next to the antenna. So we're going to boost that a little bit. We can keep the head kind of bright because it's the focal point. We'll put more effort with the later highlight colors on it. Yeah, there we go. Back of the head, I think this whole section right here, just all of that. We want that nice and opaque and super bright orange. Have it fade out towards the bottom. Do the same right here. Just nice and bright, satisfyingly orange. And then the entire top of the head, I think this panel right here needs to be as solid as we can make it. So we're even gonna take our thin paint and kind of puddle it up a little bit. Puddle it up real thick. Crazy stuff, hard agree, yeah. Send them to game stores and have them hide amongst the regular minis. They can't charge for them? Funny, yes. Gamescape here in SF has like a cabinet that kind of rotates out people's stuff to showcase. I might ought to talk to them and see if they'd want to host some CFM models up there and then give them away to people when they rotate them out. Comstar Knight 36 says, I made it. Yeah. Welcome. We're painting a little more on the Charger tonight. I'm going to be back at campus this week working on the artwork for the Charger video. I'll post updates to the community as I do. I was going to go in today, but I decided against it. Instead, enjoying a nice Monday morning. I would have been up early enough to go in, too. Shame. Y'all, I'm lazy. And actually, on the topic of laziness. So I talked about all the problems I've been having in production and all that. Tell y'all the complete truth. The biggest factor in the lack of Country Fried Minis content is that I am lazy. And I hate to say it, that probably ain't going to change. But I'm going to do my damnedest to compensate with high quality content. So thank y'all for stopping by and checking out what's going on here. There will be more fun stuff in the future. Lord knows when. There will be ups and downs and laughs and tears and disappointment and all that good stuff. So buckle on up and make sure you subscribe if you ain't already. So you get more stuff and make that number go up, which makes me happy. After all, that's what this place is all about, making me happy. I'm partially kidding there. Partially. No, but for serious, I want y'all to be happy while you're painting. And I want you to know that you make me happy while I'm painting. And I'll say it again at the end, too. Alright. I think our orange is looking nice and built up. I'm fairly satisfied with it. I think it's a little weak on the top of the head there. So let's do one more translucent coat right there. So I want to keep, there's like a dark spot right in the middle. I don't know if it's coming through, but there's like a dark patch here that I want to retain as we go into the higher colors, the brighter colors. Yeah. All right, that's looking decent. We can move on from the orange for now. We've got like this dark patch in the middle here. We've got the dark patch here, and then like towards the bottom of panels, we got a nice little bit of a gradient going here. Just a hint of one, which is good enough. I see one spot here that's really disappointing. I cat has mewed 37 times now. Current count is 61. Interesting. 40 biscuits have been shared, y'all. Now, unfortunately, biscuit is reserved for biscuits only. I mean, giving out biscuits is reserved for biscuits only. So, if any of y'all out there enjoy what you see, consider joining up as a channel member. For as little as $1 a month, you can have access to a fun little badge next to your name, biscuit-based emojis, access to exclusive chat commands, as well as priority consideration for the upcoming community tabletop RPG sessions. I'm going to be playing a little bit of either Dungeon Crawl Classics, Morkborg, or Mutant Crawl Classics. Maybe Cyborg. Although I'm kind of thinking the Cyborg game might be better for my own personal friends. Not that y'all aren't friends of the channel. I just mean, like, you know, folks I know on a more personable level. Though I gotta admit, the Hangouts on the Discord, on the Country Fried Minis Discord, have kind of started to blur that line. It's a very cool place with very cool people. If you're not already a member, make sure to check it out in the description down below. Come check out the Country Fried Minis Discord. Alright, so I think that orange looks nice and spicy. It looks like a solid color. It looks reasonable. There's maybe a little bit too much of a dark gap here. We're going to push that color up towards that plate gap a little more, I think. Right here. But that's looking good. I think I'm pretty satisfied with it. Enough to move on to the next tone next time we hit the orange, at least. Yeah. Well, I say that and see some problematic spots right here. I think this right here may have even gotten skipped with the Agrex Earth Shade. We'll try to correct that later when this dries. MCC, DCC, Morgborg. Yeah, exactly. Tuesday Tabletop. Yes. Yes, yes. Many moons ago, I did the Tabletop Tuesday, and I want to bring it back. Biscuit, everyone. Comstar Knight gave everyone a biscuit. How old are these? When was the last stream? When's the last time I streamed? Was it last Wednesday? Or is it even longer? I'd say that old. Hardtack, yes. Barbie Commandos? No. I'm a fan of pink gear, but that's too pink for me. Okay. Sorry about the mouth noises. I need the carbs. I gotta maintain my round shape. What's our next step here? I think it's the yellow. You see how dingy and undercolored the yellow is? I think we need to build that up. So for that, we're gonna record it a little more. So get out the camera once more. Set it up right. And record away. So, we will show the color to the camera. We will get out Onilab. We will stroke Onilab gently. I think I broke your teeth on that. Give that black some love soon. Soon, soon, soon. The black will get the first layer of highlights. I hope that's coming through right here. That is insanely loud right now for some reason. Thank you, Onilab. Alright, so we got our freshly mixed yeller. I'm going to put about the same, 3.5 drops. Maybe a little more, since I actually got it on the parchment this time. And we'll do the same. We'll do 1 drop of water, pow, right there. We'll do 1 drop of fluid retarder right next to it. And give it a good stir. Burr, yeah, exactly. She's working hard. Yeah, scoot herself right across the table. When did Onilab become a her? It's because she's got a pink mound that gets things stuffed in it? That's very NSFW, by the way. That's dirty. You should be ashamed of yourself. You're right, you're right. Okay, let's pick a spot on this guy that would look good for building up the color. I think right here. So we need to clean this brush because it's gonna get tainted with orange if we don't. There we go. A little bit of acetone. Give it a good washing. I'm pretty sure you personified her day one. Yeah, I didn't mean to, but it is what it is. Mostly because I'm a pervert. But was there any mystery about that? Back when you're sure she didn't do anything at all, yes. Now, she is an integral part of the Country Fried Minis team. A board member, even. Whispering secret dark commands in my ears while I'm sleeping. They're usually just brr, brr, you know, about like that. But, you know, when Onilab demands, you must listen. She craves the tip of the paint bottle. Sometimes 2 at a time. We must obey. What the fuck happened to my channel, y'all? Why did I open this door? This is supposed to be a wholesome place. Good Lord. Alright. It still tastes like acetone a little bit. Alright, so we're gonna zero on this. Is it in focus for y'all? I think it is. It's in focus for me. We're gonna do a nice long paint job right here. We really want to try to show how we're building up the color. Cooling it a little bit where we want it the strongest. This clip it's meant to show. Uh-oh. It's so thick. So thick.
Incoming super chat, $4.99 from Comstar Night 36. The only lab goes BR. quality.
Thank you for the incredibly generous donation, good sir. It seems like you may have cracked the code when it comes to the TTS lady. Holy moly. Only Lab does indeed go BRRRRR. RRRRRRR. RRRRR. EEEEEEE. RRRRRRR. RRRR. EEERRT. I like that you got a little bit of a pause but at the T. Oh my god, that's intense. Oh, I hear it going on right here. I think it just stopped. The stream delay is pretty bad on my machine over there. It's buffering, even. Alright, so we filmed a shot here. I think it'll be sufficient. But basically, we're just taking our yellow the same way we did the orange. We want to concentrate it. We want to concentrate it towards the top, where it would be the brightest. And feather it down into the lower ends. And of course, it's funny, like, to think about painting in this way. As compared to like drawing. So when you're feathering out your graphite drawings, like you'll work where it's darker and then kind of lift your pencil where it's lighter. And in this case, with the paint, you want to apply it and then push it towards where it's going to be the heaviest application. That's where you lift your brush. And I don't know if y'all can see it here, but on this panel right there, we're going to preserve a little bit of the darker yellow. So we've effectively got two colors, two distinct colors with the single color. Had to turn down my speakers for that. Yeah, I'm not really sure where the volume lies. Is the TTS lady a little loud? Let me know. It's definitely difficult to balance all this stuff. Sometimes I listen back to the VODs, and it's like really loud, like my voice is really cutting. And I'm wondering if that's less a volume problem and more just like a combination of the microphone I have and the timbre of my voice. So I'm a little high-pitched. Did I mention my hormones got fucked up as I was a kid? Yeah, my voice still cracks like I was a teenager. I got a squeaky voice. That's why I do the howdy, y'all. You embrace it. You learn to love it. So we're building up more yellow. Super exciting stuff. All the pop-ups are louder than anything else in the stream, but they're perfect the way they are. The loudness just added to the comedic effect. Ah, yes. Yes, yes, yes. I think the thing is, let's see. Where's my audio mixer? Let's see. So mic is at negative 17 dB, music's at negative 32. Ah, yes. Stream elements overlay is at 0. I can maybe knock a little off it. Just a little bit. We'll just do a little bit. We're gonna go down 2.5 on it. I think that's good. I'd have tested out off stream, but see these little things I forget about because I'm very absent-minded. Is a siren coming through? There's been a lot of sirens today, y'all. A lot of sirens. Somebody must be in trouble with the law. Alright, so we continue. We continue to build up the yellow, slowly, surely. And I think I've already mentioned this, but I think we're going to be set up to maybe finish this model on Wednesday. I'm hoping so, at least. That's the intention. Uh-oh.
Incoming super chat, $2 from another Nate. I test right now. Wow 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 wow.
Thank you so much, another Nate. Now wow 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 wow. Oh, you got the P in there. Now wow 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 wow. Yeah, that sounded a little lower in my ear that time. Was that a noticeable difference with the two? Too quiet. Too quiet. All right. Well, you know, that was a worthwhile investiture. You did get robbed for $2, but I now know, and we have reset. We have reset, and we will do this. How do I do this? How do I need to go back. Blend it in with the background music. Okay. Let's hand out some of these. Let's hand out some of these to folks. I don't know who'd get them this time. I think most of you here are members. But I'm going to toss out some member biscuits. Ow. Thank you very much, Nate. Is it going through? Did that pop up? Yeah. I don't know why they didn't play any audio. Put orange down. I wonder why that's not reading it out. The hell was that? Hearing the dings. Yeah. Yeah, it is dinging. I just wonder why there was no TTS. I may have to check out the stream elements settings. But yeah, there's some more biscuit memberships. It's funny because that doesn't actually compensate you at all. The audio plays after all the pop-ups. It did last. Yeah, it did last time. I wonder what happened there. I'll have to check it out. The big issue here is that. All right, I know I've showed this before. Let me turn back on desk cam. I should be able to point this thing up at. So I'm controlling all of this via this little screen right here. It's very small. My hand can completely cover it. And you can't see what's on the screen really because of that reflection. But I don't have a keyboard connected to this computer either. So like anytime I need to type, I'm using the Windows on-screen keyboard function. It's all mouse controlled. In fact, that little screen is a touch screen as well, and that's how I log in to the computer when I boot up. I have to touch the screen and it pulls up a little keyboard and tap in the password and then start clicking on the things. Of course, I only use this computer for like a little bit of storage and the streaming. Last time it was on the other PC. I have messed with the settings recently in Streamlabs, so I think I just screwed it up, honestly, Nate. I was trying to get emojis to pop up. I wanted it to show emojis on the screen, but I think that functionality only works with Twitch. Unfortunately, some of the YouTube integration is really primitive. I'm sure there's ways to make it better. And this paint is too thick. Paint is too thick. Let's put another drop of water in it. I think my wet palette is too dry. Yeah, that's exactly what's going on. The wet palette itself is too dry. I may have poured too much off earlier. Nightbot claiming that the world's smallest mammal, a bumblebee bat, weighs about the same as U.S. dime. Native to Myanmar and Thailand, these bats are endangered. I know we've heard that before. Nightbot, get new facts. Was there black in this again? Did I just ruin this? I think I just ruined this yellow. Just the tiniest bit of black. Let's see. Oh yeah, that's the problem. Do I have a cup handy? You know, you could jam the corner PC full of hard drives and make it also double as NAS. Yeah, that's true. Can y'all see the color of that stuff in there? I'm not gonna shoot this because this has solvent in it. This is why I keep ruining my. This is why I keep ruining my paint when I rinse out in this. That is really cruddy. No, I'm not shooting that. It's got solvent in it. I know I drank paint once. That is very gray. It is very gray indeed. Yeah. It smells very strongly of Vallejo color. A little bit like mildew. And a lot like solvent. It's got acetone and alcohol in it. A little bit of Avalo for us. She's talking about ninja skills. Wonder what she could be referencing there. Is there any question with Avalo? Does this music not sell it? I think it does. All right, so I think the solution here, let's clean this brush real good with some acetone first. And then I'm going to get this cup out with some of the clear water for rinsing. But yes, boinking. Boinking indeed. I mean, all good music is the same, like, the same as good sex. Really, when you get down to it. Getting a good rhythm, hitting the right notes, making sure the theory and execution are both on point. Yeah. Kind of the same bit of brain power. So I think there's a whole bunch of gray up in the ferrule. Yeah, there's some gnarly gunk up in there. I don't think that's cleanable. She's talking about boinking. It's either for or about boink. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Ava Lowe just has some really sexy music, and it's... I don't know if she's... if her work is going to offset my love for Lupus Nocti. They're both up there when it comes to epidemic sound choices. All right. I think that should be decently clean. It's still got a whole bunch of gray up in there, which I really don't like. I don't know what the solution here is either. I may just have to let this soak in acetone. But I'm worried that a long-term soaking will damage the golden Taclon. I mean, it's already kind of damaging it. Hi, thank you for the membership. Oh, yes. Hello, Mr. David Fayefe. I'm just fixing a pile of tablets at work. I'll bring the lappy out so I can see the stream. Well, thank you for choosing to share your work time with us here in the Bullshit Corner 2.0. Just doing a little more work on the charger tonight. Well, this paintbrush is yucky, so that's a bit of a holdup at the moment. Benny Benassi now, their stuff is for and about boy. Yeah, yes. You Are a Cinnamon. That's the song I know. It's the only one I know. But I am aware of who Benny Benassi is. Alright, let's get some clean water for rinsing. And then when I'm done, I can dump it in the rinse out pot. But I am about tired of going to stir up my bright colors and engraying them. Yeah, this is still pulling out yucky color. Alright, put our little rinse cup up there so we can use it again. Alright, same deal. Let's bust back out our Amarillo Intenso. Do about 3.5, 4 drops. We're gonna go a drop of clean water. We're gonna do a drop of fluid retarder. Boink. And then we should be able to stir this with the brush without making it gray. Yeah, exactly. Absolutely awful. It's usually not a problem, but when you're dealing with these really, really bright tones, I can see where having just a little bit of very strong, dark, pigmented color in there in your brush could make it a problem. And unfortunately, because we're going for such bright tones, that will show up in the final project. So we want to avoid that. I could maybe even put like a drop or two of acetone in this. That's fine. I think that would actually eat into the cup. Is the paint consistency 50-50? No, it's about it's 3 to 4 drops of water, or it's probably about 4 drops of paint with 1 drop water, 1 drop of fluid retarder. So it's what, 75? No, it's thirds. It's 2/3 to 1/3, and it's very thin. Normally I don't go so thin with it. I'd put some more paint in there, but because these colors have really poor coverage, when I'm working with the really bright tones, I prefer to keep them very thin and build up the opacity so that they don't become chunky by the time you get good coverage. Although I may have overdone it on this with the ink wash underneath. I should have gone with a cleaner paint job, probably. Maybe painted it fully white first and then hit it with the colors, and then done a pen wash instead of the all over brown wash. But we're getting there. You know, it's only been 5 hours or so of painting on this thing. Building up these colors. But regardless of where we end up tonight, we'll definitely be in the position to start highlighting it next time. Even if it's maybe it'll be tonight, but I don't know. What time is it? 7:49? We're 2 hours in. I may not get to the highlights on the orange and yellow, but we'll be back at this Wednesday, regular time, 6 p.m. PST, and it should be a little more fun as compared to just building up colors. That said, even though this is kind of boring, building up the colors like this, it is a pretty good technique for getting like a richness to your colors, because you can use the one tone to build up multiple layers and build up a nice gradient. You get to pick how much of the previous tone shows through, where. You can do like a full sketch with it even. Reminds me of working with graphite, honestly. It's looking really vibrant. Yeah, it's getting there. It's getting there. 33, 33, 33. Yeah, exactly. I found it. This track has a lot of Collective Soul shining. I don't get that. Collective Soul? Is that a band? I should know this. I'm really bad with band names and artist names, honestly. I gotta listen to things like 600 times before it sticks who it is. Or be really impressed with it, I suppose. I would say that 2 tracks back now. Oh, yes. Yes. Ah, yes, the delay. The delay between folks who are buffering, responding to the text, responding in the chat, and me actually like looking up and seeing the messages. I wonder if there's a way to do a timestamp in the chat. That's an option that YouTube does. I don't know. Because, you know, I'm... Yeah. Nightbot claims that the average household income in the top 1% of the U.S. is $1.26 million per year. I wonder if that's still true. I have a sneaking suspicion that that is not accurate anymore for modern inflation levels. It is average, though. It's the one that goes shine a light on, then someone else says soul religion over and over. Don't know if these are lyrics, but it's probably something that, yeah. Millennium Model Mayhem says, stop talking about rich people Nightbot. I don't need to hear that BS. Yeah. Let's see. I live on less than $20,000 a year. Put that into perspective. Collective Soul reference threw me back. I know I'd know it if I heard it. I'd be like, oh yeah, that song. Bet you never saw it. I like this one a lot too. Oh, of course, it's Ava Love. You know, on that topic of songs being about the act or getting there, where's this? Is this pre or post boinking? Maybe a little bit of both. Either way, bet you never thought. All right, we're gonna build up these tones. Back on topic. Enough of that nonsense. That's all we talk about here. Real mature place, this Country Fried Minutes. Ava Love makes me want to paint bright colors, yeah. And sparkle. Pre-boinking, yeah. Commander Shepard says, hey, oh, hey, long time no see. Howdy do. I hope you're doing well, mister. Millennium Mall Mayhem and CFM Stream. Kick ass. I just found your channel. Love the gunplay. Yeah. Big recommend the Triple M. If you haven't been over there, make sure to check it out. It's really fantastic, high quality work. One of my favorite channels. New video out recently too. Who's this? Oh, the City. Oh, the City has some really eclectic mix of stuff. I don't think any two of their tracks are on the same genre. Build up the yellow on the side of this thing right here. You know, I see a spot here that's bugging the shit out of me, and I'm gonna correct it with our power tool. Another Nate says, at Comstar Night 36, you'll take any excuse to paint Garish Dazzle. We'll do this. How do I do this? And we type that. Oh my god, this is so rough to do. A keyboard would be nice in this corner. I may need to finally bite the bullet and do it. Commander Shepard says, life hasn't been too kind, but both of you guys have offered me respite from the horrors of my own existence. Well, I'm glad to be able to help with that. Lord knows we all need a break every now and then. Yeah. It's been rough over here too, so I feel you. I absolutely feel you. And that goes to anybody out there suffering through whatever you're suffering through in life. It ain't all rainbow-colored cinnamon farts in this world. And I hope you know that whatever you're suffering through, there will be brighter days. Even if it's just small brightness. Big heart. All right. Let's continue with the building up of our yellow tones. Oh wait, no, I'm distracting myself. I'm distracting myself from the distracting of myself. There's a pretty egregious little nublet on the back of this feller, and I want to nip that in the bud right now. Yeah, it's right on the back of this panel. Right cheer. Right cheer. See if I can't zoom in on it too. Let's see if we can't bring this camera in a little closer. Where is my Rio tools? Bam. How close can we get? That's as close as it goes. Alright, so I wonder if y'all can see what I see. There's a little nublet right there. No, you can't see it at all. It's right there. The paint is pooling around it. It's pretty egregious. So we're gonna take our little tiny grinder tip and give it a grinding. We've got it on low setting, which I have no idea how many RPMs it is. We're just gonna grind that away. Try to smooth it out. All right. Let's clean off the dust. Clean off the dust. Give it a good look. I think we got it. I think we got it. And I think I'm actually gonna run in here through the side and try not to nick the gun as I go. I'm gonna try to... Nope, I can't quite fit it in there. Shut up. I can't angle this how I need it. Maybe right there like that. Let's see if we can't get this on film too. I need to thread the needle here without hitting the arm. And kind of set this flat, right? There we go. I apologize. I just realized I blew on that right into the mic. From the sound that makes it through the OBS filters, say it's about 1200 RPM. Yeah, that checks out. I want to say it's got like a 1000 and a 5000 setting. All right, I can bring the camera back out. All right, so now we got a little problematic spot right there that no longer has paint on it. It's going to require some touch-ups, but we're avoiding a detail looking bad, looking like we were negligent in the application. So what we'll do is we can take our really thin yellow here and kind of puddle it. Now this is a technique I picked up from painting my original army, my original Warhammer 40k army, using really low quality, very poor coverage apple barrel yellow in a similar, like really bright but kind of mildly desaturated color. And you can, if you're really careful, you can kind of puddle the thinned out paint where you need it to go, and it'll it won't clot up the area, and you'll get opacity much quicker than really thin. This one is active, but yeah, exactly. Yes. Do I have to trim the Ava Low music now? Have we hit that point? Does she got to be fired for being too lewd? The answer's no, by the way. I'd have to get rid of Onilab too if we're going that far. There's no going back. There's no making this channel wholesome as it once was. It's funny. Someone once described Country Fried Minis content as wholesome. I think that ship has sailed. Oh, what? About 5 episodes. 5 videos ago, I should say. I should clarify. Clarified button. I'm not that sus. Yeah, no. I actually wouldn't take you as sus at all. Definitely more trustworthy than Country Fried Minis, and that's a fact. All right, I'm gonna have another pretzel, y'all. Oh gee, like gee. Let's clarify butter. Okay, so I wonder if y'all can see the difference. Yeah, I think so. So like compare this area to what we have going on here. It'll take a few layers, of course, but getting there. Also, this yellow dries out really, really fast. That's already kind of like chunky. I think we're going to put another drop of water in it. Thus, Cameron Thirst. That's my name. There's an A in there as well. I wonder why that didn't go through. Is Nightbot hung up? Is she not paying attention to the chat? Am I immune from the susness? Is there a cooldown on that? I don't think there is a cooldown on sus. I thought there wasn't, at least. There might be a mild we fired too close together. That's what she said. Not sus. Yeah, I need to check that out. I wonder. Well, shit, I guess I could log in on the phone here. Let's see. Let's check the old Nightbot. Let's do nightbot.tv. Commands, custom. If there is one, I can correct it. I don't think there was, though. Sus. Edit. Yep, there's a 5-second cooldown on it, so you must have fired real close together. I don't think I can actually remove that. 5 is the minimum. Yeah. Also, you know, while we're on the topic of immaturity, there's also this one. Is that one not going to work either? You bastard. Come on now, Nightbot. You got to do better than that. Yeah, there's only a 5-second cooldown on it. I wonder if the cooldown is for all commands. Which in that case, exclamation point 69. Oh, there it goes. Yeah. Oh no, 13 requests for the CFOF. I don't like it. Did I thin this yet? Did I thin this yet? I'm assuming I did. I don't know if I did. I'm telling y'all, I got like goldfish brain. Well, I guess it's not true. I have object permanence, but barely. Let's build up this yeller here. We're gonna try to preserve the shadow around the little rivets. Really exaggerate those a bit. This one got a little marred up thanks to the power tool work. But that's fine. We got another one in the corner here, which I just got paint all over. In fact, I just made this up. Made this up now. I made this up just now. Is that a fact? Are you sure about that? Can you verify this? I don't think you can. Alright, so on the bottom here, I think what we're going to do is try to concentrate the richness of the pigment towards the top here. Try to leave a little bit of that darker color towards the bottom. And then we'll do the same on the top. We'll put this on like kind of in the middle and push it up. And you can see, well, maybe you can see, the yellow is especially really pigment light. We want to keep that kind of transparent right here. We want those browny tones to come through, but we also want some edge highlighting in it. Yeah, there we go. And then this top is kind of facing straight up. So for one, we don't want to overspill the edges. But what we'll do is kind of concentrate this towards the raised bits. Leave a little bit of that transparency in the little dip. And we'll do the same on the back, concentrating the brightest towards this area. This yellow's a bit of a nightmare to work with, honestly. In hindsight, if I was doing this again, I don't think I'd go with the same yellow. I actually only picked it up because one is called Naranja Intenso and the other one is Amarillo Intenso. So they're both intense. And the color may be intense, but the coverage sure is not. Gonna have to give it several layers. Start building it up, all right. It says fact, and the interwebs would never lie to us. Oh yes, yes, yes. When I dip, you dip, I dip, we dip. I know this. Nightbot claims that the first world leader to create a YouTube channel was the British Prime Minister Tony Blair, who made his account in 2007. You know, I'm gonna call shenanigans on that, because an account on YouTube and a channel are not the same thing. I mean, maybe they technically are, but one can have a YouTube account without posting to a channel. I apologize for the food noises. I am quite hungry. I've been up far longer than most days, and I'm trying to keep the energy up. I hope the mic ain't picking them up too bad, at least. Just could be doing crunch, crunch, crunch. I know that mouth noises tend to drive some people insane. I got a little bit of that myself, the whole misophonia thing. Alright, so I'm just hitting all these yellow bits, intensifying the yellow, making it look nice and purty. What's going on with the detail on this? Can't quite tell. I think it's like I think this is like a raised, it's like a raised panel here, sticking up out of the stuff underneath it. Excuse me. So we need a little panel division right about here. I think I need a smaller brush. Let's get out our 20-0 liner. And try to tightly control where our yellow is going down. Yeah, that looks pretty good. Ooh, I like this track too. It's another good one. Who's this ELFL? Yeah. It was back when membership was only for content creators before Google buyout and integration. I don't recall even like looking at YouTube that far back, honestly. I mean, I know it's there. I see people whose content is like 15 years old or whatever. 17 years-ish. might be the oldest stuff I've seen. Kind of crazy too, like how primitive and low quality some of the stuff from back then was. Kind of hard to imagine a world anymore without the high quality, high definition video we all experience now. It's available in everyone's pockets. Even low-end cell phones have pretty damn good cameras anymore. It is pretty awesome living in the future, I gotta say. That truck outside echoing off my wall sounded like somebody was trying to open my door. It had me spooked for a second there. Okay, day. So we're using our little 20-0 liner. And we're using it to precision apply little dollops of yellow to the stuff we've already yellowed once before, so that the yellow will be more yellow, less brown. After all, orange is just brown. Why can't yellow be brown as well? You just add a little red to it and then reduce the vibrancy. I told someone recently about the whole yellow or orange is just brown thing, and they were very unimpressed. That bro video is one of the first YouTube videos I ever done saw it. Yeah. Alright, so let's try to thread our paintbrush down the other side here. Do something similar. Get paint on it and create this little bit of division between the two panels. Boy, does it suck working with a bright yellow. Honestly, this color only performs marginally better than the apple barrel yellow that I'm so used to using. This one is such a tough color to work with. It could stand to be more intense. It's not actually an intense yellow, though. It is deep yellow. I mean, you know, it's coming along though. It's starting to get there. Just so though. Not 7 yet. Comstar Knight says, I'm still trying to figure out what I'm painting all those fleas up there now. Yeah. I'd suggest active nausea camo. I can't say that I agree with that. But I will tell y'all what, though. My yellow right here is drying out. And I'm sick of painting it. I'm sick of painting it tonight. So think what I'm going to do. Think what I'm going to do here. I'm going to end tonight a little early. I think we made some progress Not much. This is boring me very quickly, building up this color. So I think, because I need to build up this color still, I'm going to paint a little bit of this off camera in between tonight, tomorrow, and the stream on Wednesday. We're going to dive back in on Wednesday. We'll do the highlights and start beautifying this little piece, maybe build up the base. Get this looking right. And in fact, while I'm here, before I call it, I think I want to put another layer of brown wash on this and let it dry. And then we'll just end a little early this evening. And get back to it on Wednesday. Kind of want to actually eat some real dinner instead of just pretzels, and maybe hop on over to the Country Fried Minis Discord, play a little bit of Project Zomboid this evening, hang out with folks. Let's get this base stained up a little more. It's a little too orange. I want it more in the brown territory because we're going to go back in and dry brush this with orange colors. See if we can't feed a little bit of the Agrax along the ridge here. There we go. I don't want it to spill too far into the grass. Yeah. We'll be prepared to do some highlights and dry brushing and maybe finish this model on Wednesday. If not, it'll be done soon after that. And I've got another fun project that'll be in the painting desk sometime soon after that. My Merc Army color scheme, yeah. So, active nausea camo. So good. It really is active nausea. In any case, that's all I got for you this evening. I think I'm just hitting a wall. I'm just hitting a wall, and I want to get up from this desk. We're going to call it a little early. As always, I want to thank y'all for stopping through this evening. I hope you remember to be happy while you're painting. And also to know that for real, your participation in these here events makes me happy while I'm painting. I want to thank y'all for spending a little time with me tonight here at Country Fried Minis. And to urge y'all to come back for more. Number go up, make me very happy. So I'm very appreciative of those folks who take time out of their day to make my numbers go up. Anyhow, that's all I got. I just jammed my finger into that hurt. That hurt a lot. Ouch. Just rammed my finger into my Dremel mount there. Alright, y'all. Lots of love. Take it easy and catch y'all next time. Bye bye.